Hello, everyone. Welcome to Keys to Akasha section of my channel. For those of you who have been here from the beginning of time, thank you so much for your continuous love and support. For those of you who are just visiting, you may decide to stay. I truly appreciate you as well. I'm thankful for you. Okay, so today I have another request. Private request reading to do by a subscriber for Nipsey Hussle. Okay, so, a little backstory. I actually used to listen to his music. I still do. I used one of his songs, his Picture Me Rolling instrumental on one of my introductory videos to my channel. So I heard about his music a couple of years ago and fell in love with it. And I still listen to his music every day. Throughout the day, I go to work, just my regular travels throughout the city, and I'm listening to his songs. Okay, I felt like he was such a beautiful person. Okay, so I will be doing his reading. I can already feel like his reading may end up being fairly long. I can feel that it may end up being fairly long, so maybe almost 2 hours, but I'll see. Hopefully, we'll see how the energy goes and how much spirit feels the need to share with me. Okay, so before I go into the reading, I just want you guys to know that I usually pray, to invoke an energy of peace. That's my way of connecting to God, to Source. So I always make sure that I pray that I have that element as the reading is going on. Okay, it's really important for me to do that. It's really important for you guys to know that as well. Okay, I haven't been on the channel as much also because I've been super busy, but you'll see me, post videos here and there, depending on my availability, depending on time, and especially time to even get readings done to post on the channel. Okay, so that's one thing. Also, I use my ability and help of spirit to get these reading done. That's also a very important note. A lot of you do know that. Okay, so let's see. All right, we can begin. Nipsey Hussle, that was his stage name, and his biological name is Ermias Joseph Astrodome. Okay, he was a Leo, born August 15th, 1985, and he died March 31st this year, actually, March 31st. So he died in Aries season. That was Aries season, I believe. Okay, from multiple gunshot wounds. All right, so let's see here. I know his partner was Lauren London. She's a Sagittarius. I know that for a fact. His brother, Samuel Astrodome, is a Pisces, born March 4th, 1982. And I believe I did see the article. I believe the brother was made a permanent administrator of his business, his estate. I don't know if that is. I mean, I'm sure it would also imply that the brother take over the Marathon store as well that he had, that area of Los Angeles. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. There's just feeling of hearing a conversation, but at the store. So his Marathon store that he owned, that he worked at, he was hearing an interesting conversation. He may have been hearing an interesting conversation, but pertaining to his money or pertaining to lost money also. So it has something to do with his business. His passing may have something to do with his business funds and and I also feel this feeling of money being lost, but didn't know it was. So the spirit's giving me this feeling he didn't know money was lost from the business, but he may not have known who took it. He may not have known who took the money. So there's this feeling of stolen money or just lost money, period. So either I don't feel like he I don't feel like a portion, maybe a portion of it could have been his, a portion of the money could have been his responsibility. It's a reason why part of it was gone. But I also get like a store employee or someone that he employed, to work for him may have stolen a portion of the money, and something that could have happened with that. Okay. Oh, but I also felt this feeling of is something he could have been using it. He could have been using a portion of it to give to his children or to feed his children. That's the feeling that I get, But I also feel like someone also went in a secretive account. So when I said that, it has to do with a secretive account that one of his employees went into, or he himself he himself had access to it was his store, so he himself had like private access. He had access to his account, but he may have shared it with the wrong person, but they dispersed. So sharing it with the wrong person, someone could have dispersed that information. So an account number, or it could have something to do with the taxes for the store, the business that he was running. It could have something to do with the taxes, or him using it, and or him employing someone that stole a portion of it, but that person that stole a portion of the money ended up dispersing the money, something like that. It's really interesting. Okay. Beautiful Eritrean family lineage that he has as well. Very beautiful features. Beauty. If you want to do research into the Eritrea, study the history. Something mystical maybe going on with that as well, with his lineage. Okay, so the Ace of Cups energy is underneath. But so the Ace of Cups energy is that he had, Ace of Cups, implies relationships. It implies new partnerships. Ace of Cups doesn't only have to reside with love partnerships. I keep feeling this feeling of employees. You're dealing with employees, his own employees, people that he employed people that he employed to work for him. They end up stealing. So this is like, an assistant of some kind. Someone to look after the store at times when he was unable to do so. So that could be, but Lauren London's recommendation. So when I said that, something's going on with Lauren London's recommendation. She was a Sag. It has something to do with us, a recommendation that she gave him to employ someone. So it could have been a friend of hers, but I get a long lost. It could be like a long lost friend of Lauren London's, or a long lost friend of his. But there's this feeling of an interconnection between a friend that Lauren London had and his friend. So they were interconnected there, but didn't want to hire. So when I said that he didn't want to hire, when I went on that example, he didn't want to hire either one of those elements, or it's just one element or one energy that was connected to Lauren London. That element is interconnected to Nipsey's friend. And so something's going on, but they argued. So when I said it, they argued about that. So he himself and Lauren London may have argued about employing a friend that was hers. There's that feeling, like employing a friend that was hers. So either this is a situation where Lauren London has a friend Lauren London's friend, or an ex-friend, or the spirit said a long lost friend that she had was either interconnected to Nipsey Hussle himself, like through childhood or high school, like in the past. It's giving me this feeling of a past. Either she has that friend that's interconnected that way, or she herself is tied to someone and if it's a separate situation, she herself is tied to someone, or was tied to someone that she try to give him a recommendation, but he's realizing that the person that she's trying to recommend work with him or work in his store is interconnected to someone that he already knew in the past. So some type of separate situation like that with the Ace of Cups energy underneath. But they argued a past friend. They argued about a past friend. They argued about hiring or employing someone that they both knew. Hiring or employing someone that they both knew. The spirit said they both knew. So it could be a situation where he may not have wanted. He may have wanted to keep her affiliates really separate from his business. Is that there's that element as well? He may have wanted to keep her affiliates separate, or his own affiliates. There's an element his own affiliates he may not have wanted interconnected to Lauren London's, but there's an element where they already were and he didn't know that or something. Something's interesting about that. Okay. The starting point has the high priestess energy here. So basically what I just said, it wasn't using intuition. So what I just said, he may not have been using his intuition very well at the time. I keep getting this feeling of Lauren London. So it has something to do, it could have something to do singular with her by herself. Or it's her friends. It has something to do with her friends, or like a friend that she had wanted to work with him, a friend that she had wanted to work with him. So he either knew, like I said from the beginning, he either knew this friend, or the friend, he knew this friend, or he knew the friend, but he may not have known who her friend was connected to, and he wasn't using his intuition that Lauren London's friend already knew one of his business partners, but that caused problems. So the high priestess energy in the starting point is that realization with the Ace of Cups may have caused problems there with his intuition and motives. Something's going on with motives and the friends, like between him and Lauren London's friends, their affiliates. It caused problems because he wasn't aware of tactics. He may not even have been aware, but who had his account number? The high priestess energy, he may also have not been aware of who had his account number. Like somebody had his account number here. So it could be Lauren London dispersed it. So when I said Lauren London, she may have dispersed his account information, but it's for taxes. So dispersing his account information to other people, to other friends, to other affiliates, it caused problems. But the reason why it was dispersed it has something to do with taxes and things of that nature. So I don't know if that's something that, she was his partner then. So I don't know if that's something that's continuing. That could be something that is still continuing. I don't know, like after his passing, that could be something that is happening now, but friends benefiting. So when I said that he has friends, singular, like his friends, her friends, or friends that are, yes, they would have friends that are interconnected, yes, all benefiting. The spirit is saying he's using his intuition that all these friends that between him and her, that they have intertwined with their business, they're all benefiting off of it because of the account. They're all benefiting off of his taxes or his money. That could be something that's still happening now, but also happened then. That could be something that is still happening now. But that's how someone's going on with masonry also. So I know that they could have been masons. That could be a masonry tie, like a secret masonry tie that those elements have. But the high priestess is that they're sharing his friends. But there's people that have access to his money that didn't like. There's people that they had access to his money that he didn't like. And it could be because of Lauren London affiliates. It could be because of Lauren London's affiliates, her friends having access, her friends being interconnected to his business affiliates, that he didn't want them to have access to his money, but they didn't know it was happening. So the Ace of Cups with the high priestess, he didn't know that kind of situation was happening. There's an element about it that he didn't know that was happening, but knew that it would. So the high priestess with the Ace of Cups, he knew that it would. It would be obvious for him to be tied to someone that showing off business. He was tied to someone that was showing off his business. So Lauren London may have been doing that with her friends and his friends and things of that nature. But there's a feeling of crossing a boundary with the finances because this is like he could have had a conversation with her, I don't want your friends on, like, I don't want your friends to have copies of this, that, and the third. I don't want your friends, your affiliates, to be intertwined with mine. I don't want your friends to have access to my accounts and things of that nature. But she could have done something, but her friend could have done something anyway, or Lauren London, she herself could have done something anyway, or one of her business partners, one of her affiliates, her friends did something anyway. It just depends on what's going on. So doing something anyway has to do with taxes. Doing something anyway has to do. I keep feeling of sharing an account number. The doing something anyway has to do with sharing an account number, tax information, and things of that nature with affiliates and things of that nature. But the element he didn't know, some part of it he didn't know, or it literally was someone intertwined with their friends that he didn't know that had his information, using money and dispersing it. But I get for a club. So when I said it could have something to do with a club as well. This could be, I don't know if he owned a club, or one of Lauren London's friends owned a club. Somebody owned a club here as well. Or it could have something to do with just regular club visits and things of that nature, But money is tied into that. What he's waiting on is the Three of Cups energy. So the cups, he could have water sign energy around him. That's why all these cups are coming through. But I know his brother was a Pisces. I don't know see if his brother ends up showing up here. But I know Lauren London's energy was coming through strongly. I don't know if she has water energy in her sign, but friends do. So when I said it, one of her friends that she had specifically could have been a water sign energy, but she herself could have water in her chart. Or the Three of Cups with the Ace of Cups with the High Priestess, brother's recommendation. So the Three of Cups with the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups is his brother's recommendation. His brother was a Pisces, so I know that I did say in the beginning that his brother was taking over his estates, taking over his store and things of that nature, but making a lot of money. So the High Priestess is that the brother is making another. When I said that, the brother is making a lot of money with that situation there, but knew something secretively. So when I said that, the brother may have known something secretively, but I keep feeling this feeling of Lauren London's friend. Like, it keeps bringing me back to Lauren London's friend, like her friend, not her per se necessarily, but a friend or an affiliate that she had. Is the spirit isn't letting me go away from it for some reason. A friend or a friend or some type of affiliate that she had was dealing with his brother, was dealing with Nipsey's brother that was a Pisces, that is running his, that is a, what do you call it? That's a permanent what do you call it? That's running his business, burned down his estates. Like they had a friend that secretive business. They had a friend, Lauren London's friend. Okay, let me run through this one more time. Lauren London's friend may have been secretively. I don't know if she was. It's giving me the energy of her friend, of her separate a business affiliate was dealing, or they may still be dealing with each other. Was dealing with Hermes' brother. Was dealing with his brother. His brother's name was Samuel. So they were doing secretive business. They were doing secretive business, but it has something to do with funds. So the secretive business has to do with funds that he had. So Lauren London's affiliate was doing business with Nipsey's brother. There's that feeling, but shared information. So when I said that, his brother may have shared his information out, but to the wrong person. So like I said from the beginning, the wrong person ended up being Lauren London's affiliate that was dealing with Samuel, who was Hermes' brother. So they shared, something's going on, but they shared information. But the only reason why that information was able to be shared was because his brother had access to his accounts, but had a separate one. So when I said that his brother may have had a separate account, that could be why the Three of Cups energy is there, because that could have been something that the brother shared with family. That could have been something that the brother shared with the family, separate from his situation, but it was intertwined. So it may not have been really separate from his situation. Something is also intertwined about his money. Something is really intertwined, brother's money. Something was intertwined about his money, or his own business funds and his brother's business funds. But they could have ended up splitting. They could have ended up sharing or splitting it. But at the same time, his brother took Lauren London's recommendation. His brother took Lauren London's recommendation, or Lauren London's friend worked with them secretively, but that's the person I didn't like. So when I said that's the person that he didn't like, or that's the affiliate that she had that he didn't like. So he's aware that his brother is managing his finances for him, but at the same time, the brother listening to Lauren London. At the same time, the brother is listening to Lauren London and taking up some type of recommendation I get financial manager. So the recommendation that the brother received from Lauren London has something to do with a financial manager. So like an accountant, someone to manage his money, I didn't like. So every time I said he didn't like that idea, he didn't like that. That the brother had those secretive meetings. The brother was having those secretive meetings with Lauren London. The brother was having those secretive meetings with Lauren London's friend, Lauren London's affiliate, but they gave the recommendation. So the Lauren London's affiliate gave this is really twisted. Lauren London's affiliate is the one that gave the recommendation to Samuel, who was Ermia's brother. So there is a business tie. So they're doing like this, like something's going on. They're doing a business tie that may have ended up turning really toxic, but family ended up talking about that. So the Three of Cups with the High Priestess, with the Ace of Cups, the family ended up talking. The family ended up talking about this. What do you call it? What made it toxic? Lauren London's recommendation, or it not even. It may not even have. Okay, it may not even have been her affiliate. Her affiliate separate from a friend. Her affiliate toxic. Her affiliate was toxic. But the affiliate that she had a really good idea for an accountant that could manage his money for him, and that could have been where the conversation was happening with that biz affiliate that Lauren London had. That conversation could have ended up happening between that affiliate of Lauren London's affiliate, the affiliate's recommendation for an accountant to manage his money, and with Samuel. So those conversations were about an accountant. Those conversations were about an accountant that was set up to go manage his money, manage his business funds for them, but knew about that person. So the Three of Cups, he knew about that person. He found out about that person. The brother could have pulled him aside and said, Lauren London, your girlfriend just came to me and said your girlfriend just came to me and said that her friend has a really good idea for an accountant that can manage your money instead of me. The spirit agrees. Your girlfriend just pulled me aside and said that that she knows someone that would be a good, that would manage your money better than me, that would be better. Like this is his brother's voice to him. The brother's having these kind of conversations with him. I want you. So the Three of Cups, High Priestess, I want you. The brother could have, what this is feeling, like? The brother could have been on the verge of giving up his position that he wanted to have to manage Ermia's funds, or manage his business. And that could have been where Lauren, that could also be why he's running it now, because got affiliate out of the way. He's running it now because somebody's affiliate got put out the way. But the affiliate to one of them, the affiliate to Lauren London, almost ended up taking Samuel's position, almost ended up taking his spot. So the family ended up talking about that. So the Three of Cups with the High Priestess, the family ended up talking about that there. The family ended up talking about that. I'll give you a perfect example. He's tied. This is a situation here where his family, stick in family. His family is saying, stick in family. Let your family members help you run your business. Let your family members help you, and not necessarily only the business. Yes, the business, but the financial part of the business, the accounting, the financial managing. These are conversations that he was having cousins. These are conversations that he was having with his cousins. Stay in the family. Let the family take care of the financial part, but outside sources. So when I said it has something to do with interference from an outside source, these are outside sources that at least on the outside to him, it looked like outside sources because of Lauren London or her affiliates. It looked like outside sources were trying to intervene. We're trying to he's making a conscious decision. He is making a conscious decision to let his brother take care of his finances for him. to let his brother manage his money for him. But his girlfriend and her friends, or the girlfriend's affiliates, they're trying to come out of nowhere and give a better idea and say that your brother doesn't have time. They're trying to come out of nowhere and say, your brother doesn't have time to do this, that, and the third. But I didn't listen. So when I said it, I didn't listen. When I ran through that example, he agrees. His energy is like, I didn't listen to that. I didn't listen. So the family is talking about wrong move. The family's talking about that he may have went really wrong with something there. With taking up somebody's recommendation, with another accountant, with going with another accountant, lawyer, I don't know, lawyer energy, accountant, whatever, going with someone else. But something eventually shifted there because now the brother is taking over. You know what I mean? But very helpful. So when I said that the brother is very helpful, but what the reason the spirit emphasizing this so early in the reading caused in the past. The spirit emphasizing this early on in the reading is that because of the recommendation it caused in the past, because of an account that wasn't really an accountant, because of an accountant that was introduced to him or introduced to his brother, I get schemed. Someone was a scheme about that, but someone may not have been really an accountant, or they didn't have a degree. Someone may have just been saying, I know how to do this, that, and the third, without the credentials. They're saying, I know how to do this, that, and the third, but they don't have the credentials, and that energy is coming from Lauren London's affiliate, or an affiliate of Lauren London's affiliate, or Lauren London's some type of connection that she has with someone trying to manage his money. The brothers stepping in. I don't think you should take her recommendation. Something sketchy. Three of Cups. Something is sketchy there. Someone doesn't really have accounting skill. Someone doesn't really have this, but look at portfolio first. The Three of Cups, that could have been the conversation that he was having with his brother, but sister didn't like. So Three of Cups energy with the High Priestess, he had a sister. Someone going with somebody's sister didn't like something. I think he had a sister. Do you have a sister? Yes, he did have a sister. The spirit just screamed out, sister didn't like. I forgot he had a sister. His sister didn't like something, Something about that his sister didn't like. That's why the Three of Cups energy implies family gossip and conversation that he wasn't listening to. Family gossip and things of that nature that he himself wasn't listening to. But something is really important about him not listening there. Okay? Oh, man. The Five of Wands energy is in the present. So this is his energy and that of Lauren London's and things of that nature. Sag energy, Leo energy. I don't know. There could have been Aries elements involved here as well, but they're a cousin. So when I said Aries elements involved, they're a cousin. Something could be going on here with the Aries element, with the five. We all ended up arguing. So Five of Wands, High Priestess, Three of Cups, accountant. The Five of Wands with the Three of Cups and the High Priestess is somebody's arguing and carrying on about an accountant. Somebody's carrying on about what an accountant did, what an accountant dispersed, what an accountant dispersed. That's why the Five of Wands energy. But I keep feeling drawn. Her name is just ringing in my ear. I don't understand. Lauren London. I'll just say Lauren. I don't want to say the full name. This is too much. The Five of Wands has something to do. The accountant. Okay, an accountant that she hired, or an accountant that he was dealing with her, an accountant that he hired. Oh, I see what's going on here. Oh, I see what's going on. An accountant, her recommendation, they were secretively dealing with each other. I don't know if this is like in a sexual way or a very intimate way, but he didn't know. So when I said he didn't know that she was having that kind of dealing with an accountant, he may not have known that. But the Five of Wands energy, her recommendation sexually involved with a recommendation, a person that she was trying to recommend. Okay, a person that she was trying to recommend him deal with, on whatever level, financial level, whatever, management, whatever it is, it's all intertwined. Same thing. You need that to run a business. Five of Wands, her recommendation, I keep feeling this, sexually involved. She was sexually involved with, she herself was sexually involved with a person that she was recommending he hire or he work with. Wasn't using intuition. So the Five of Wands with the High Priestess, he wasn't using his intuition about that, but But what's happening here is that same person dispersed his things. That same person ended up dispersing his information to their friends. That person that he took up her recommendation, brother annoyed. So when I said that, the brother ended up being really annoyed. His sister, and a beautiful family, they ended up being really annoyed by that. The one in Lauren London gone, or they didn't want cause problems. Something tied on to her ended up causing issues here, ended up causing problems, ended up causing a serious problem for some reason here. But the Five of Wands, her recommendation, the Five of Wands is her recommendation. It's the energy of an accountant. It's the energy of someone that she hooked up to manage something for him she was sleeping with. So when I said she was sleeping with that person, the brother hooked up cameras. So the Three of Cups, Five of Wands, High Priestess, the brother hooked up cameras somewhere. The brother installed either he had these conversations with his brother and sister hooking up cameras. He had conversation with his brother and sister about hooking up cameras. He had conversations with his family, his mother, whoever. He was having a conversation. The Three of Cups energy is family. He's having conversations with his family. I get in house. Should I hook up cameras in my house? Should I hook up cameras in the hallways? Should I hook up cameras outside? Businesses. If this is the energy store, if this is the energy of the store, for example, Spirit agrees with store. If this is the energy, I'll go with the store first. If this is the energy of the store, wasn't listening. So every time I say that, he wasn't listening, but it has something to do with cameras or I get hidden ones. It has something to do with cameras and hidden cameras. But it's bringing me back to the attention of the accountant I get sleeping with. Was he sleeping? He could have had I don't know if he had a female account, but she did. So when I said I don't know if he had a female accountant that he was dealing with like that, but the Spirit said she did. So it has something to do with whoever the she is. It could be Lauren London's accountant that was male. Lauren London's accountant that is a male. I don't know if it's an Aries male, whatever. It could be fire sign energy male accountant that she had. They were dealing with they were dealing with each other on a secretive level, yes, on a sexual level. But that's why he hooked up the cameras. So the Three of Cups, Five of Wands, that's why he hooked up the cameras. So this is really interesting. This is really convoluted situation that's happening here, because I'll just run through this one more time, this section, before I go any further. He has his brother, right? He has his brother, but he has a woman and children. I don't know if the brother has kids or not. The brother is really tied to someone. So it's not like the brother is trying to interfere with any of his personal and private relationships. That's not the brother's. I feel like the brother's really sincere. I don't feel like that was the brother's motives. I feel like the brother was trying to take. I feel like the brother wanted to take financial control of his assets. Really watch over his things for him. But he's telling the brother, Lauren, my girl has a good accountant that we could share, that we could both have. That'll manage our money for him. So he may not have wanted to give his brother that load, but didn't listen. So he may not have wanted to give his brother that load, but the brother may not have been listening. So set up cameras. So every time I say that, the brother not listening to that, the brother set up cameras on a recommendation that Lauren London gave. And that recommendation that Lauren London gave to control the finances, to the accountant, whatever it was, they were sleeping with each other. And the brother using his intuition. The brother was using his intuition. Your girl, the person that your girl hired. The person that your girl hired to do this, that, and the third, to manage this, that, and the third, she's sleeping with that. The brother was strongly using intuition. The brother was strongly using his intuition, hooked up cameras in the store and in his house and things of that nature. But secretive meetings happen inside of the house. So the secretive meetings that happened inside of his house were with Lauren London and her accountant, but they did that by themselves. So when I said it, they did that by themselves. Like Lauren and her accountant, or the accountant that she claimed that they shared, didn't really share. So when I said they didn't really share that accountant, it was just her. But they could have been sleeping with each other while he wasn't around. They were sleeping with each other while he wasn't around. The brother's taking it upon himself to hook up in hallways. The brother's taking it upon himself to hook up cameras in his home hallways, his business, in his hall, in some air, wherever he was, his home, his house hallways, more than one house. So the family could have more than one house here that he was dealing with. There was more than one house that's owned by the family. They have more than one house. His mother has an estate. His father and his mother, they have an estate. And he could have been there, he has his own, he had his own house, yes, and his family had a house. But wherever it was that the meetings were happening, cameras were set up in the hallways, in the bedrooms, and the bathrooms. But how else was I going to see? So the Five of Wands, how it's arguing with Lauren London, the Five of Wands, how else was I going to see? How else was I going to see that she was having meetings with our accountant when he wasn't there grocery shopping? How else was I going to see that she was having secretive meetings with our accountant, her own accountant, while I went out while I went out grocery shopping? That's why the brother set up. When I said that, that's why the brother set up the cameras. Set up the cameras in an office. The houses are big. They could have had their own private offices, but he did. Having their own private. The brother had his own private office and things of that nature. The brother had that kind of stuff going on, but could have had the money to do that. Had the money to have their own office inside of the house. A private office and private meet. Lauren London was having private meetings that Lauren London was having inside of the house. And the brother hooked up cameras in areas where she didn't see. The brother may have hooked up, whoever, the sister, somebody hooked up cameras where she couldn't see them. There were cameras that she didn't know were there. That's why the five of wands played back video. So the Five of Wands in the present, see, he ended up playing that, but also happened in store. So when I said, if this is the house setting, this also happened inside of the store. This also, the secretive conversation about his money. Secretive conversations Lauren London was having with his accountants about his money. But how to disperse. So the Five of Wands in the present, how to disperse that money. Thankful for the brother. The brother hooked up cameras. I keep feeling in areas that she didn't know. The brother hooked up cameras in areas where Lauren didn't know that there were cameras. She didn't know there were cameras there. She's having conversations with this accountant, fake accountant, real accountant. She's having conversations with them in an area that she doesn't realize or doesn't know that there are cameras. But sister pulled her aside. So the Three of Cups, her own. I don't know. I don't think she has any siblings. I'm not sure. I feel like it's his sister that didn't like his sister. Something about Lauren. His own sister may not have liked for some reason. And the brother or just the sister. The sister could have pulled her. What are you doing? The sister pulled her aside and said, "What are you doing? Why are you in the office after hours? Why are you in his shop after hours?" But the only reason why they know that Lauren is having these conversations, the only reason why they know that Lauren's having these conversations, I get midnight. She may have been having conversations at midnight in the store or by the store, inside the store, in the house. Whatever the setting is, with an accountant. But I also get on the phone with an accountant. She could have been on the phone with the accountant talking about his money or how to disperse the money, but it's not bad. So some element, the spirit wants to emphasize that some element about that isn't necessarily bad, but brother didn't see it that way. So the Three of Cups, his brother didn't see it that way. The sister didn't pull her aside. The sister pulled Lauren aside. The brother didn't see it that way. The brother didn't see it that way. Five of Wands or arguing. The only reason why they're arguing is because he rolled back a tape. He started realizing something. He's rolling back a tape. But brother gave. So the Five of Wands, the brother handed him a tape. This is what I gathered. This is a conversation I gathered from inside the store that I saw he's like, I didn't know you put up cameras in that specific spot. I didn't know you put up cameras in that specific spot, but clueless. So when I said that somebody's really clueless there, somebody could have ended up really clueless that there were cameras in a really tight space. There were cameras placed in a really tight space, but to catch her. So the Five of Wands energy, it was to catch her. It was to catch Lauren or her affiliate. She may not it may not look like, it may seem like I don't feel like she had a bad intention necessarily. She share money. She just wanted to share money. But whoever she was talking to may not have been a good person. And that person he didn't know about. But the brother knew about it. He's ended up becoming aware of it because of the cameras that the brother hooked up. Or he asked somebody to hook up cameras somewhere. because that's why the high priest he's separate from the brother. He could have been sharing the brother's intuition. He separate from the brother, using his intuition. Wife stepping out on girlfriend, stepping out on somebody, girlfriend dealing with accountant sexually, her own accountant sexually, intimately, in some type of setting here. Cameras. He's using intuition. Should I put up cameras? The brother's throwing bits and pieces of inklings at him. This is what's happening inside your store after hours. These are the conversations that I gathered inside of your store after hours, inside of this office after hours. That she's having with our affiliate. That she's having with our affiliate, our lawyer, our accountant. That's why the Five of Wands energy aggravated her. So the Five of Wands, all that ended up aggravating her. The sister. What ended up steam? Some of becoming really crazy here with the Five of Wands and steam and fueling and anger, because the sister, it could have really ended up getting really heated here. The sister's trying to find the time to pull her aside and have a conversation with her, but oblivious. The sister is trying to find a time to pull Lauren aside and have a conversation with her, but someone is also oblivious. Like the oblivious feeling could be coming from Lauren, because she may not understand. She may not have been understanding why the sister was pulling her aside randomly, but it has something to do with a camera being lodged in somewhere that she didn't see. So the camera is lodged in to some area behind somewhere, tucked in underneath somewhere where the picked up sound. So the camera picked up sound, picked up a conversation. So he's unaware. Something like that could have been happening for a while, and he himself, Hermes, is unaware. So the family isn't. The siblings are not. So they may not have been able to take something anymore. Lauren's deception. So someone was deceptive with her, and they may not have been able to take it anymore. So they set up cameras. So they pulled her aside, had a conversation with her. So the high priestess is that he didn't see that those conversations were happening, but they may have finally wanted him to see it himself. So his family, his siblings, not giving his siblings could have been giving him breadcrumbs, but wasn't picking up the cues. So his siblings could have been giving him breadcrumbs, but he wasn't picking up the cues there. That's why the high priestess is there. Wow. Whew, that's a lot. The Five of Pentacles is in the future. Jeez. My third eye is vibrating. The Nine of Cups energy is in instincts. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of water. A whole lot of water energy going on here, boy. That's why I feel like the brother and family is heavily involved. The Nine of Cups energy is unless he was dealing with another water sign. I don't know. He could have been dealing with another water. The other water sign energy, I did see in the article at one point that I believe the guy that said that he was the cause of his passing, a guy, what was the guy's name? I think Eric Holder. That was the guy that they said he's a Scorpio energy. So the Scorpio, that's the energy. Scorpio could also, his energy is also coming through here, and that of the brothers, and that of the brothers. The nine of cups energy is in the instincts with the water sign energy. Okay. So the Nine of Cups energy implies getting information. So the Nine of Cups energy implies getting information about the Scorpio, about his brother, and conversations happening. But they talked. So the conversations and things of that nature happening, they talked. So the Nine of Cups energy, he could have had a conversation, perpetrator. There's an element here where he ended up having a conversation with the perpetrator, with his perpetrator. He ended up having a conversation because of the camera. He ended up having a conversation with him because of what the brother was able to pick up on camera. What the brother was able to pick up off of the camera. But I noticed something. So when I said that, I noticed something, the Nine of Cups energy, I noticed that they were interconnected. I noticed that I noticed that ex-girlfriend. I noticed that the perpetrator was interconnected to my ex-girlfriend. But Lauren Nunna knew something there. So she knew something there. She knew that she knew that I get best friend also. She knew about a best friend that he had. A best friend a best friend, not her best friend, it could be her best friend. Her best friend could have been interconnect perpetrator. Her best friend or a friend that she had, the affiliate that she had was interconnected to his perpetrator, the guy that's a Scorpio, the guy that they said got charged. They're interconnected to him. They're interconnected to his energy, but it's because of cameras. So the cameras are really important. So I feel like the cameras are really important because he wasn't seeing something thanks to brother. He wasn't seeing something, but the spirit is saying thanks to brother. So the brother may have been more aware. The brother saw secret. The brother was aware. The brother was seeing secretive conversations between Lauren's affiliates and the perpetrator. Between Lauren's affiliates and the perpetrator. Between it isn't. She may not. That's why I said something may not be her. It's not. It may not be her fault. It is, or just something attached to her. Something or someone attached to her is not right, or a person that she was some energy or element attached to her, an affiliate that she had they're interconnected to the perpetrator. They're interconnected, but why the brother did what he did. That's why the brother did what. Oh, I see what's going on here. The brother. This is really interesting. Now, this is like he's aware of interconnection. He's aware of interconnections between Lauren's affiliates and his own and the brother. The brother's scared. So Three of Cups. The brother is scared of that. The brother is scared of those interconnections and those relationships and with affiliates and accountants and things being intertwined. But someone wasn't real. So every time I say accountant, someone wasn't real, or somebody really wasn't an accountant. Someone really what. Someone real. Oh, I see what's going on. Someone really wasn't that she was having a conversation with. Someone wasn't really an accountant that she. So the female energy that is coming through would be the energy of his woman. Would be the energy of Lauren. Someone that she could have literally been having a conversation with an accountant, but that she literally could have been, but there's also that's what she told him. So that's also what she told at some point. That's also what she told him, and that's why skeptical. That's why the brother and the sister was skeptical. So this is a situation here. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll just create a scenario really quickly. This is a situation here where this is like being in the store. I'll just give this setting really quick so I give an example. I feel drawn to give the example before I go any further. This is a situation here where okay, if this is a store setting, she herself could have been in the store. She herself could have been. I keep getting surveillance video and secretive cameras and whatever it is. She could have been in the store at some point or around there somewhere, having a conversation with a supposed accountant. Having a conversation with a supposed accountant. The spirit emphasized supposed accountant because that's what she told him. That's who she told Nipsey that she was. This is like she's having a conversation with someone, but she doesn't want motive. She doesn't want him to realize. She doesn't want. Okay. Oh man, it's a lot. She doesn't want him to realize the motives. Like she doesn't want him to know. Brother's skeptical. Every time I say that, the brother ended up being really skeptical. So she doesn't want him to realize the motives. So what's happening? She's telling him, I'm staying here a little later. Also, it also happened in the house. It also happened in the house. The spirit is saying those conversations, secretive conversations, also happened in the house. I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna stay here a little bit to talk to someone on the phone, to talk whatever it is. Brother's skeptical. The brother's skeptical. The brother's hooking up cameras in these areas where she's having those conversations. She's telling him, I need to talk to the lawyer. I need to talk to our accountant for a couple. Not really talking to that. She's not really talking to that person. The brother. She's telling Nipsey that the brother's not believing. That's why his sister pulled her aside. The brother isn't believing it, so that's why the sister is pulling her aside. The sister is pulling her aside there. So the brother isn't believe. This could have been happening for a while. The brother was not believing it. So the brother hooked up cameras. The brother is hooking up cameras in these settings here, so he could see what's really going on. So that Nipsey could see what was really going on there. What was really going on when he wasn't somewhere. She's telling him, but at the same time, like earlier on in the reading, she's telling you, I need to talk to the accountant. I need to meet up with the accountant. The brother She could have known that cameras were there. She did or she did not. But the brother hooked up another camera that was really lodged in somewhere so that she wouldn't see. So the brother or the sister is relaying that back to Nipsey, becoming upset. So that's why the 501's energy is here. He's becoming upset because he's being shown a video that he's rolling back more detail. He's being shown a video that he's being asked to roll back, and is giving him more detail. Secretive conversation is giving him more detail of a secretive conversation he didn't know was happening. Wow. But it's a special camera. Like, there could have been other cameras that wouldn't make something obvious. There could have been other cameras placed somewhere that may not have made something really obvious, but there was a really small one lodged in somewhere so she wouldn't see. But she's unaware of that, and she's becoming unaware into why she doesn't understand why the sister she's getting pulled aside by the sister, having conversation, but made somebody upset. It was making somebody upset, and making her upset. And I wasn't doing anything, making her upset. I wasn't doing anything. We weren't talking about anything. We weren't talking about his money and things, but stealing. So when I said talking about his money, something ended up happening there was stealing money, taking out money. You know, he could have known. I only one of the accounts. He could have known that she had access to only one of his accounts, like only one of them. But there may have been other ones that he tried to keep from her. There may have been other ones that he tried to keep from her. The brother and the sister asked him. The brother and the sister may pull him aside and don't share all your information with her. Don't share all your secretive stuff that you're doing with her. Because something's going on with them where she may have had an element of a person attached to her that they saw somewhere that they didn't like. So they kindly pull him aside. They may have kindly pulled her aside. But I keep feeling this feeling of motives. So it has heavily to do with something that's interesting here about motives that he's finding out. So a cryptic conversation that she may have been having with the accountant that they shared, or her accountant, he didn't want to hear. Something about that he may not have wanted to hear. Brother and sister trying to protect him there. Well, or something's also going on here with the perpetrator, but watch store. So perpetrator watch store. They were watching the store, or conversation. They were watching the store, or somebody that they were tied to. Someone that they were tied to is tied to him. Yes, he was tied to the person, or at least they said that he was, or he really was. But some affiliate of their interconnected to his store. An affiliate of theirs was interconnected to his store, and the oblivious feeling with Lauren London or whoever is that she's ended up having conversations with someone that's interconnected to that person, but it has something to do sketchy recommendation. It has something to do with a sketchy recommendation that she herself didn't even see coming, but got a call. So when I said she got a call from someone to do something there, she got a call from someone to do something or have a conversation with someone. Hence the reason for the cameras. Wow. The accomplishment has the Four of Cups right next to the High Priestess, right next to the High Priest. I almost said preaches. Something could be going on here with church. The Five of Cups. The Four of Cups is right next to High Priestess, and the Four of Cups is giving me the energy. Cancer. It's also giving me the energy of Cancer, like a Cancerian, or the energy. I don't know what the sign of his sister was. I can't remember the sign of his sister, but her energy was coming through earlier. Protect him. She was protecting him. That's why the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups next to the High Priestess. It does protection from family. It implies protection from family, but it's a Four of Cups because it's a Four of Cups next to the High Priestess because he doesn't know he's being given information bit by bit that's depressing. He's being given information bit by bit that's depressing. That's why the Four of Cups is next to the High Priestess, because there's an element about it that he wasn't seeing. But his woman, so an element about his woman, an energy tied to his woman, he didn't want to believe. An energy or element that was attached to his woman, he didn't want to believe. That's why the Four of Cups energy is next to the High Priestess there. and it has something to do with conversations that she's having that she doesn't know cameras are being rolled on her. Conversations that the brother may have been having with her. Conversations the sister pulled her aside to have. His sister could pull her aside or pulled her business, Lauren's business affiliate aside to have those conversations. All that's caught on video. So all of that was caught on video. All that. That's why the Four of Cups energy is there. But where to move to? So the Four of Cups is next to the High Priestess because he's like, where to move to? He's trying to figure out where to move to. All this information from the brother. All this information that he's receiving from the brother. Where to move to now? Where to move to? Wow. You don't know where to go. The spiritual self has the Queen of Cups. So there's your water sign energy. I did say Cancer, so I don't know if something's going on with a water sign energy. This energy, I don't know what his mother's sign was, but whatever his mother's sign, she could have been embodying Queen of Cups energy. He himself could have been embodying Queen of Cups energy as well. And his feminine side, or the Queen of Cups, the Pisces. The Pisces, I feel like the Pisces is his brother. His brother was a Pisces, but the perpetrator energy is coming from the Scorpio. And the Queen of Cups energy could be a Cancer energy that's a female or the mom, or just another tied to Lauren London, just another energy that was also tied to Lauren London, like an energy, somebody that was tied to Lauren London here is a Queen of Cups energy. And it could be a Cancerian female, whatever water sign energy that's a female that was tied to Lauren London, but gave recommendations. So this could be the energy. That's what I said earlier on in the reading. This could be the energy that gave Lauren London a recommendation. That she herself could have been responsible for giving Lauren London a recommendation. But didn't really know what she was doing. So the Queen of Cups didn't really know what she was doing. There's that. She didn't really know what she was doing. It just depends on. She didn't really know what she was doing, with Lauren London. But she called. When I said she didn't know what she was doing with Lauren London, she called. She called Lauren London. She ended up calling her, complaining to her. Like I said, this energy could be his mother. This energy, I don't remember what the mother's sign is. This energy could be his mom or just an affiliate or a friend to Lauren London. They called each other often. So when I said that, if this is an affiliate or friend to Lauren London, they called each other often. Remember that these readings are broad. So the Queen of Cups doesn't only have to show up here as one person. There's multiple people that could be shown up here that tied to Lauren London. Multiple people that could be shown up here on this one card that could be his mother. That could be energies that are tied to Lauren London, but didn't want to see them. So when I said that he didn't want to see them specifically, he didn't want to see them. These women that that were Lauren London's friends and affiliates. Because this person toxic recommendation, either they are a toxic recommendation, or they gave Lauren a toxic recommendation to do something, to hire someone, to have somebody work somewhere. Queen of Cups, right? This energy could have already been the Queen of Cups energy if it's not his mother or a sibling or what do you call it? If it's not that friend, this energy could also be a friend that he had working. Yes, his friends will be tied to Lauren London's. A friend that he had working with him somewhere in his store or wherever. But she came by often. So when I said that she came by often, this energy, if it's a friend that worked with him, she came by often. And her coming by often, this Queen of Cups energy, singular, her coming by often, secretive conversation. Her coming by often was for her to have secretive conversations with him, with him, or about Lauren London. With him, but it has something to do, the conversation was about Lauren London also. The conversation was about Lauren London. Was about her. And she herself, the conversations that he was having with her, the conversations that he was having with a Queen of Cups and how to get her out, the conversations that he was having with a Queen of Cups energy were how to get Lauren London out. That's why I said earlier on in the reading That's why I said earlier on in the reading that if the sister doesn't have to be a Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups could be any female that didn't like Lauren London. The Queen of Cups could be any female energy or element tied that was separate from Lauren London, that did not like Lauren London. That's why I said the sister pulling her aside and things of that nature. This element that talking too much. This element may have ended up talking too much about that to him, but her thoughts. She was expressing her thoughts too much. She was expressing her thoughts too much about Lauren London to him, and the cameras rolling back could be Lauren London finding it out. Whatever. The cameras rolling back could be Lauren London, going into the camera box to look to see what the conversations were about, or she just saw. She could have just seen those conversations happening. But I cheated. So when I said he could have cheated also, he could have been this energy. He could have cheated. The spirit, he just said cheated. Someone's gone on with cheating. I feel like she could have also been cheating. I feel like she was also dealing with some that hurt him. Lauren was dealing with somebody she had attached to her. What hurt him, and however you want to look at hurt, a lot of cups here. Hurt him emotionally, hurt him literally. Someone tied deep to her was intertwined with perpetrator. He himself intertwined with perpetrator. You know, or he himself also was tied, that wasn't good. He was tied to a female that wasn't good. He had she's not the only mother of his child. He's got other children that have different moms here. They didn't like Lauren London. They didn't like something about Lauren London there. They didn't like something about her for some reason. They didn't like something about her. And they're having conversations with him. They this is like his ex. This is like the energy. This is like the energy of exes gang up on Lauren London. This is like energy of exes that they want to gang up on Lauren London. That could be. I don't know if that's happening now. Like, I don't know if that could be something that's happening now, but started then. So if that's something that's happening now, that's also something that happened then, like in the past, like before he passed. That has been something, how to get her out, has been something that's been happening for a while, and somebody has that kind of mindset. These women in the past that he was dealing with, or he was dealing with them still, the exes, he was dealing with them in the past. He was still dealing with them, but they were having plots and plans on how to get her out, because they did not like Lauren. There's that. They didn't like her. Or they were aware, or they were just aware of it. The reason into why they didn't like her, aware of stealing. They were aware that she was stealing something, or some person that she was tied to was taking something, and X was aware. X was aware of that. X was aware, or somebody tied to one of his exes was taking something. Lauren knew that, and Lauren knew that. So he's got a double favor of a triple favor of interesting scenarios, where he's got one woman and who she's tied to stealing. He's got exes. And she could have been trying to get the exes out of the way. The exes resurfacing. The exes are resurfacing. The exes are tied to the exes, perpetrator, or whoever. The exes are tied to people who are also stealing. So toxicity. So he's surrounded by toxicity. But has a lot to do with the exes. It has a lot to do with the exes, or the exes affiliates. The exes affiliates as well. Lauren's affiliates intertwined with ex's affiliates. They were not, or ex's affiliates just by themselves. The ex's affiliates just by themselves were just toxic, and they were interfering with his money. They were interfering with his money there. A lot of women angry. Their anger caused their affiliates to go off, but wasn't receiving money. So when I said exes and their affiliate causing his ex's affiliates to go off, that they weren't receiving any money. And the secret of conversations, X conversation, the secret of conversations could be what he gathered that an ex was having. And that could have been his way. That could have been the siblings' way of protecting him as well. Conversation that an ex was having. Conversations that a current woman was having. But they all were toxic. So when I said that, they all were toxic. They all were toxic on some level here. Interconnections and affiliates they weren't receiving money. Affiliates being angry because they weren't receiving money. Like they had a right to receive money, whatever. Uh, Wheel of Fortune energy is in the mentality here. It's destiny, Nine of Cups energy, and destiny with news. So the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Cups is news. It's news about his passing and what he found out. It's news. It's news about what he found out or what he was finding out. Affiliates, fake accountants, real accountants having secret exits, accountants having secret conversations with his exes. His own accountant, his own brother knew that. The brother may have known that his own exes somehow, because of Lauren London or not, whatever, his own exes could have gotten in contact with his own lawyer, his own accountant, and asked for pay. And they asked for pay. But the brother may have been aware of that for some reason, or some part of that the brother was aware of, and his sister was aware of. Hence the reason the 5 of Wands. Hence the reason for the siblings pulling Lauren aside. Hence the reason for the exes pulling. Hence the reason. Yes, they did pull somebody aside. Hence the reason for the siblings pulling the exes aside. But as something to do, these conversations, they could have been caught on camera, but the family may not have wanted him to see some. The family may not have wanted him to see those conversations that they themselves were having with his exes. They themselves, because there's an element about this where the family, particularly the siblings, didn't want Nipsey to see the reason it's into why they're coming by, the reason into why the exes were coming by, the reason into why the girlfriend was coming by to meet with them, or to someone that they caught video of those elements having conversations with each other. But it's scary. So when I said that, something about that ended up being really scary for some reason. Something was scary about that. The siblings may have thought that was scary. Their way of protecting him. Somebody thought that was scary there. This could be a situation here where his sibling knew something about this. The sibling knew what was going on, but it was happening for a while. So when I said it was happening for a while. So the sibling, I'll just go with the ex first. The sibling is having the sibling somehow is aware that the ex wants more money, and the ex wants money, so hooked up some type of affiliate. So, or she hooked up some type of affiliate, or her affiliate hooked up an affiliate perpetrator. So that something there got led into the perpetrator, or the connection. That's how the connection between the perpetrator even happened. That's how the connection even happened. So the siblings are aware that plot. That's why I said motives early on in the reading. The sibling is aware of that motive X has. That the siblings are aware of a motive that an X has. And so that's why they're purposefully pulling them aside. They're purposefully pulling the X aside, or the affiliate that is tied to the X aside, to have that conversation about his funds. But we're not giving you any. So the 3 of Cups next to the Queen of Cups, we're not giving you any. And the 5 of Wands is, they're arguing about that. But I deserve. I'm looking at the Queen of Cups, and something's going on with deserve. Like they deserve something. Something interesting could be going on with them that's odd, or something that, or so he could be saying to himself, this element deserve, whichever one of these elements they for good or bad, they deserve something. Just depends on what's happening. They deserve something. They deserve. He thinks that they do deserve something, but that's not what caused the issue. He thinks that the ex deserves something, but that's not what she needed, or her needs. It's not the issue. Her needs are not the issue. I feel like the issue was surrounding some type of affiliate that Lauren London had, with conversations happening with accountants, and or she was tied. She was tied to someone that angry. She was tied. This Queen of Cups was tied to someone that was angry, and it could be the Scorpio element. But they say he was tied to that energy. He may not have known that, but the conversation the brother and his sister got that conversation somehow. They managed to get that conversation there. But this is a lot of information. Like he's even his energy is this is a lot. This is it's deep rooted. It's really deep rooted. It feels for me personally, it feels like there's a lot. There's probably more information that there's probably so much more information that I could. There could be only so much information that I can really gather here at one time. Like this, if humanly possible, this would end up being a 3 hour reading because it's so convoluted. Because it's so convoluted, there's a lot more that I would probably catch in an hour and some change. Like this is a lot of information, you know. What's changing is the Queen of Pentacles energy. So there's a Queen of Accountant. So this energy is also showing up like an accountant, like a female accountant that he had. The Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn female, what do you call it? Taurus female, Virgo female, but friends. If they're not an accountant, they're also but he wanted. They're an accountant that he wanted. The Queen of Pentacles is an accountant that he wanted to work with, or they're just someone that he would have wanted to work with. It just depends on what's going on there. But Lauren didn't like, when I said Lauren didn't like this element also. I don't feel like she had an issue. I don't feel like Lauren had an issue with this person. I feel limited. Someone was just limited between Lauren and the Queen of Cups. But the Queen of Pentacles really liked. The Queen of Pentacles, he really liked the Queen of Pentacles energy. Capricorn, Virgo, whatever, female, Taurus, female, you know, but music industry also. So the Queen of Pentacles, this energy also may also work in the music industry. Whatever celebrity, it could be a celebrity, this energy could be a celebrity or someone that or an accountant or an accountant that another celebrity had, or something is music industry tied about the Queen of wanted to work with. Something is music industry tied about the Queen of Pentacles energy, because this energy is tied to he wanted to work with this element. Their music industry tied. The ex didn't want one of his exes did not want to see him with this person, you know, but made Lauren envious also. So when I said that, something about a connection that he had with the Queen of Pentacles energy, Lauren London was envious also. So it was something ended up being envy like with this person. But I also get sleeping with and some type of like really heavy attraction to the Queen of Pentacles energy was making Lauren envious there. Or the Queen of just didn't like the Queen of Cups just didn't like a Queen of Pentacles energy there, but their affiliation. So the Queen of Cups not liking his connection that he had with the Queen of Pentacles energy, like they just didn't like it. They just didn't like that affiliation, or they didn't like the Queen of Pentacles energy. There's that. They just didn't like the Queen of Pentacles energy, whichever Queen of Pentacles energy he had tied to him there. You know, wanted to sleep with, but I keep feeling accountant. This energy could be could have been a accountant that he had, or they're a friend, but some of his music industry tied about the Queen of Pentacles energy, but tried to help. When I said music industry tied about the Queen of Pentacles, this element tried to help him. This element tried to help on some level. She tried to help. You know, give him ideas, manage him, and things of that nature, but that could have been, we would have been. When I said we would have been. We could have been together. We could have did a good collaboration, but envious females. So when I said it, as something's going on with envious females that he had here. There's envy females here. But she would have gotten more money. So Queen of Pentacles energy would have gotten more money, more of his money. He could have favored, I don't know if this energy could have been what do you call it? Someone that he was looking at. This energy is someone that he was looking at, and Lauren wasn't picking up the hints. Lauren may not have been picking up the hints that he may have been looking at this energy to leave. Okay, he was with Lauren, but I see what's going on here. He was with Lauren, but he started because of the family, because of the siblings. That's why I said particularly because of the family, because of the siblings particularly. They're realizing things about Lauren. Something that she was attached to wasn't good, so trying to get her out. They try to get her out, but this element could have been a recommendation. This element could have been a recommendation for a new lover or a new person for him to be with. I keep getting accountant. They were like a new lawyer, an accountant for him that Lauren didn't want him to go. She already had someone. Lauren didn't want him to go be with. Lauren didn't want him to go be with, work with. She's saying she already, that Lauren already had somebody picked for him to go work with. This element could have been tied to his brother, It found her online. So when I said the brother found the Queen of Pentacles energy online, they found her online. They found her online for the music industry, accountant, lawyer, love. I feel like love is attached to this element also. Found this element online. But Lauren couldn't stand. So when I said that Lauren couldn't stand that the brother going out his way, Lauren couldn't stand, or the ex, somebody, these elements, these females that they got craziness attached to them. The brother couldn't stand that. But Lauren couldn't stand the brother helping him in the way that he was, you know. The brother, Lord, these energies, these women, they couldn't stand that. They could not stand that the brother and his sister, or just the brother, was going out find him a new accountant. They couldn't stand that. Oh, I see what's going on here. Oh, I see what's going on here. This took me somewhere out. Wow, I see what's going on here. This is such a wow. Whew, I don't even know where to go, how to even return. This is a situation. I see what's going on here. This is madness. This is madness. This is a situation here where High Priestess, Four of Cups. Wow, I just feel it's crazy. This is a situation. He has an accountant. Okay, let me just go here for 1 second. He has an accountant, right? Dispersing money. He has an accountant that has access to his money, dispersing his money. This accountant, like Lauren London knows about or works with, whatever, and Queen of Cups energy, whatever, whoever that's tied to them, but something's going on. The High Priestess energy, he wasn't seeing that an accountant that's why the energy of the brother and the sister is coming through so strongly, because an accountant that he had, I keep feeling dispersing money, an accountant that he had was dispersing his money to people that he didn't want. Dispersing his money to, that was a secretive deal. They were dispersing his money to people that he didn't want the money to get to. The accountant, that could be why Lauren was hungrily trying, but she ran her own business deal. That could be why Lauren was hungrily trying to salvage the one that they had together, or the one that she hooked up to find, or the one that they already. That's why I said already had together. One that she could have her own separate lawyer for another issue. One that they already had together. They dispersing the money. They were dispersing the money. So the brother, the single conversations were about that, with that accountant that he already knew he had. But the cups energy with the brother and the sister is that they were able to see what his accountant was doing. They were able to see what his accountant was really doing. So the brother, the High Priestess, the brothers pull him aside. Look what your accountant, your exes. Look at the conversations that your accountant is having with your ex. Look at these conversations. Keep these conversations that your accountant is having with Lauren London. They're dispersing the money. Because of the brother, he's realizing that. So the brother is trying to say, bring this energy in. I like her better. Bring this energy in. I like her better. She's not going to disperse your money. She's not going to disperse your money. These women, and they're or just more so their affiliates. These women, they're starting to realize that he was told the truth. They're starting to realize that he was. This is like. This is a serious plot and plan where his money. This is a serious plot and plan where his money is being dispersed without his permissions, being dispersed by an accountant that he had, paying them good money. He was paying them good money to protect his assets and things of that nature. But there's someone dispersing his information, dispersing his money. The women, their affiliates, the women and their affiliates that he's tied to, they're realizing that the accountant that he has is doing that. So it's because of the family that he may not have realized something for a while. It's because of the family that he's realizing that that's happening. So they're trying to introduce him to someone new, and they're looking crazy. And these women and their affiliates, they're looking really crazy. They're looking really crazy because if he changes his accountant, if he changes his manager, if music could be involved with stealing music as well. If whatever he had going on that was creative ideas, whatever. If he switches to this person, it's gonna ruin the secretiveness that they have going on. If he switches off to this person, they're gonna manage something better. If he switches to the Queen of Pentacles energy, they're going to be able to manage something better. They're gonna be able. They would have been able to manage something better for him. They would have looked out. They would have looked out. Their affiliates would have looked out. So that's why they're hungrily trying to salvage what they're doing. That they're hungrily trying to salvage what they were doing that was secretive with an accountant that was sketchy, with an accountant that they already had that was sketchy. He's finding out that shadiness is happening. Brother said switch. The brother said switch. The brother said switch. Look what your accountant is doing, messing up shit. Your accountant is messing up shit. Look what they're doing here. Look what they're allowing women to get to. Look what they're allowing the women to do and get to. I don't think you want disorganization. I don't think you want that kind of disorganization in your life, man. Wow. So he's confused. The high priestess with the ace of cups, four of cups, all these cups. He's confused. He's confused. Wow. The resolution going towards the King of Cups energy. That's why I said Scorpio male. It's interesting that the Scorpio male who's the perpetrator is going towards the future with the Five of Pentacles, but they receive. So the King of Cups going towards the Five of Pentacles, they receive money. They receive something. They are receiving, or they were able to receive something there. They were able to receive. That he was shot multiple times and things of that nature. You know what I mean? He was shot multiple times there, but they didn't have to do that. So the Wheel of Fortune with the Nine of Cups, with the King of Cups, they didn't have to do all of that. Why did they do all that to him? Why did they shoot him up like that? Why did they do that? You know? I feel this feeling of, I'm looking at the King of Cups. I feel like this is also the King of Cups energy. I feel like they're also more than one shooter. There's also more than one shooter. Like there's not, you can't shoot somebody up like that and be one person. Something on where that I feel like there was more than one shooter here. There had to be more than one shooter. I feel like there was more than one shooter. I feel like there was more than one shooter there. You know what I mean? More than one shooter. But his accountant. So I'm looking towards the King of Cups going towards the Five of Pentacles. The reason why that happened was because of his accountant that he had. An accountant that he had. Someone went wrong with I see. Someone went wrong, promised money. The reason, that's why I said, and people going off, and girlfriends, their affiliates going off because this is like I'll give you a perfect example. This is like an accountant that he has is this an accountant that he has. It has a secretive deal with his ex somehow, or just knows his ex, has a secretive deal with his ex. His ex is having a conversation with his accountant and saying, I want this new man. I want this to go to my new man. I want this to go to my children. I want this to go to my new boyfriend, my new husband. And they may not have been doing properly. They may not have been doing something properly. And so multiple shooters. So when I said that, someone's going, multiple shooter there. There's multiple shooters. But the only reason why an ex that he had, the only reason why an ex's new man has access to funds, has I get music also, has access to his funds, has access to his music. The only reason for that is because accountant that he already had. It's because of an accountant that he already had that was something was wrong or sketchy about an accountant that he already had. Was paying them good money, protect his things. They're somewhere behind the scenes having secretive conversations and business deals with his ex and protect me. So when I said it has something to do with protecting her and her new man, but financially protecting them. But something went wrong and somebody didn't receive something, went off. Is what I said. They ended up going off mentally as well. Yes, mentally. So they end up going off mentally as well. Yes, you would go to do that to someone. Yes, you would have to go off mentally. You would have to go off, really off. Someone may not, an ex's new man, somebody may not have wanted to work. You know what I mean? Somebody may not have. I feel like the situation with Lauren London is not as bad. I don't feel like it's as bad as what was going on with an ex. Lawyer messed up. Somebody did foolish. Somebody did some really foolish with his paperwork and his information and his money. Somebody and his music. Somebody copies of. Somebody could have been giving away copies of his music to someone that didn't even work with anymore. Someone that he didn't even want to work with anymore. Didn't work with anymore. Got copies of his music and his money. Wow. That's why this energy is going towards the Five of Pentacles energy there. Somebody, Scorpio, whatever. They're going off because they're not receiving anything properly. At least the spirit said they're not receiving. They could be receiving something, but they're not receiving it properly. They're not receiving it properly. Whatever you want to properly, you know. Someone may not want to work. One of the exes, the spirit said somebody's new man may not want to work, may not have wanted to work, whatever, or they still don't. This could be happening because this crazy, some element about this could still be happening with Lauren. Something going on with Lauren London. Somebody that she could be with quietly. She could be with someone new, but quietly with somebody new. And someone new that she's with is receiving. Someone new that she's secretively with, that it may not be out in the media, that she's secretively with someone on an intimate level now, but they're quietly receiving part of his money. They're quietly, somebody that she's tied to is quietly receiving part of his money. They're quietly receiving it. Quietly. Behind the scenes, accountants slip up. Behind the scenes rests a slip up that was made by an accountant. Wow. His brother, this energy is also his brother there. You know, I feel like the brother was protecting him, you know, from making wrong decisions with accountants, or getting rid of an accountant that he already had. That the brother saw because of cameras. The brother realized the secretive deal that was happening here. So this, I'll give you a perfect example. This is like, you know, say Lauren London Lauren London could be with somebody new now, or that could have been something that was happening for a while that he wasn't seeing. He could have seen it, or he didn't see it. He saw it, or he made elements of it. He saw elements of it happening. He knew something was wrong. He knew something wasn't right. For a while, he knew something wasn't right, but he may not have been acting on it. Brother couldn't take it. He wasn't acting on it, so the brother couldn't take it anymore. And the reason why people are these men end up going off on him like this is because of the brother making him aware. He may not have been aware. The brother made him aware. The brother couldn't take something. The sister made him. Somebody got tired. The brother got tired, betrayed. Got tired of him being betrayed. Got tired, so that they're deciding to pull people aside. Aggravated them. It aggravated those people that were trying to take something from it, or the people that the siblings were pulling aside. It annoyed people that they were tied to, that were receiving money, his money. Wow. Because they could have been talking about it all the time. He knew that was happening for a while. 8 years. Some element about that probably was happening for years here. It could have been happening for years. You know? Years it was happening. I feel like this is something this is something that's happening for, didn't really know how to face or tackle it. I feel like that's something that has been happening for a while. He just didn't know what kind of approach to give it. I mean, if somebody like you know, celebrity, like, you know, you've got a lot of stuff going on here. You got business, you got music, you got, you know, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's manageable with the right people. It's manageable, but this is like you know, you've got money, and you got money coming out of every end here that people can easily get access to. But he doesn't realize how easily they actually could. At studio also, he's not realizing how easily they actually could, but it has something to do with an interaction that he had in the studio also. Or something that happened on a computer. Something that happened in the studio on a computer with his information and money. And accounts. And something crazy is going on there. With people getting that kind of access. These dudes, these women, they're affiliates. They're men. They're new men. Have access to his accounts and money. Studio, music, computer, access. The brother is like, this lawyer you hire, they're not protecting you. They're not good. Could have been something he knew. Could have been a lawyer or somebody he knew in the neighborhood that was fucking up, that wasn't doing a good job. He's trying to go to somebody new that could actually protect him. You know? and it's people are finding out about that. So and they're trying to protect him and fix an issue that's been going on for years. And trying to fix an issue that's been going on for years. You know, and it's like it's too late, and people are starting to realize that he's trying to do that. So they're like, "What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? We gotta do something here. You know, we gotta do something here." Because this is like I know it's crazy, wanting someone gone in this way is it wanting someone gone in this way is kind of like if he's living it with the flow of money. Something's going on with him being alive, and something about it is going on. It's something interesting about it with the flow, how the flow of money would have ended up, what would have ended up like, you know. Somebody could have been fearing going to jail. The ex's man may have been fearing going to jail. Somebody's man here could have ended up fearing going to jail here. If he did get a new lawyer, if he did get someone to manage his stuff properly for him, somebody elements here, they're men. Elements here, they're men. These men, they could have ended up going into jail because it would have linked the usage of the accounts and things of that nature could have been linked back to their stuff, linked back to them. They're like, I don't want to go to jail, so they devise a plan. They devise a plan. Wow. Whew, there's a lot of information. But the key of cuts going towards could also be, if it's not only the perpetrator, could also be his brother going towards the Five of Pentacles energy. His brother's in the future. The Nine of Cups resides with the brother, fulfilling his wishes and but opening up a school. So fulfilling his wishes and opening up a school. His brother, he did work with kids, which was, philanthropy and things that he was a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, activist, a community activist. His brother could be trying to do that in his name or open up a school in his name. But that's an idea. Opening up a school in Ermias' name, that's an idea that a brother has. But the Five of Pentacles going with the brother in the future, got to get money back. So the Five of Pentacles with the King of Cups, with his brother's energy, the brother needs to get money back that was stolen. There's a lot of money here that was dispersed because of the women and their affiliates, and because his exes and his exes' new men. They had that money. They may not even have used the money yet, but in the form of a check. So somebody could be receiving something in the form of a check. The brother is aware of that. The brother is a businessman. The brother is aware of that through the system. The brother is aware of that. So the brother's like has to go to court. It's how to get my brother's money back. How to get my brother's money back from these idiots, from these idiots here. How to get my money back. Stolen music that was sold. So stolen music could have also been sold. This could be happening now. Stolen music could be getting sold by an ex's band. Just as simple as that. Somebody could have that kind of stuff and selling it. And the brother hungrily trying to get that stuff back. The brother's hungrily trying to get that stuff back. But they want to start a school, but needs the funds to start the school. What do you call it? I know he wanted to do Dr. Sebi's brother continuing Dr. Sebi's documentary and things of that nature. The brother could be continuing that. The brother could be continuing that, all that for him, his legacy there. The Dr. Sebi's documentary, all pieces of that could be used and people making money off of. Pieces of that documentary and things that he started could be getting used already if somebody's making money off of it. And the brother is like, how to get that back? How to get that back? Somebody has it, they're using it. Wow, music, stolen music. Somebody profiting off of records. Somebody profiting off of his records, his music. That songs that he probably wrote that weren't even produced yet. That weren't even out there yet. Somebody has their hands on. Wow. It's crazy. And the brother wants to salvage those things for him and the family. He's got kids and all these cups energies, his children, his daughters and things of that nature. The brother, may protect, look after all of that for him. Thankful for the brother. The Five of Pentacles, brother trying to get his brother. The brother isn't only trying to get his 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 things back. Brother has to try to get money, literally also money back. Money back. Not only things and music, he has to try to get the money back. The money, how to get the money back. Find a good lawyer to help him get that back. Has to court dates and things that brother, yes, court dates and things of that nature. The brother has to go on. The sister has to go on. But the cameras, like, I'm being drawn back to the cameras. So the cameras may help. A conversation that conversations that got picked up on camera may help a situation out here. May really help for some reason in court. Like it may actually help a situation out here. Wow. Okay. Let's see what the outcome is here. And this is crazy. Scorpio male. Pisces male is the brother. Queen of Cups energy. Somebody's an ex here. Something's going on with an ex's man, or Queen of Pentacles energy could be. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles could have been someone new that he wanted to work with. That's that feeling that I get, that is in the industry, or a new lawyer of some kind that would have really fixed something for him. But somebody's like, I don't want to go to jail. Somebody doesn't want their man to go to jail. Somebody's man has copies of his music, selling it. The brother's realizing that, because the brother's realizing or was able to pick up those conversations on camera and told him that this is what's happening to you. This could have been happening. This could have been happening where this could be an element here where he could have, when he was still living. This could be an element here where the brother hooked up cameras, or he himself, just not only the brother. I feel like the brother, yes, could have done that, but I also feel like he himself hooked up cameras to see what an ex was talking about with her new man, or whatever it was. He could have had, at one point he could have had a good relationship with an ex and her man or ex. And he could have had them by his place and picked up conversation, whatever, or friends, or it's just friends. That they're having conversations on how to use his records and music, so that could go for before he passed and after he passed. People are trying to salvage that, save that, So before he died, they're having conversations and how to use his stuff. High Priestess, he doesn't know about the conversation. He doesn't know about the conversations that are happening there like that. But somebody hooked up cameras to catch those conversations. How to access his account caught on camera. How to use this record that he didn't even get a chance to put out yet. How to use that. Wow. And somebody's making him aware. The brother's trying to tell him, your lawyer, you got these friends over, they're stealing. You got these friends over, they're stealing stuff from you. The brother's like, your lawyer isn't doing shit. I'm going to find one for you that will really work for you. He made that could have been happening for a while. That's why I said scary. That could have been happening for a while. He could have ended up really feeling really scared there, or something was scary about that to know, because these ruffians. He's tied to somebody is a ruffian that he was tied to as well. All right, let's see what the outcome is here for Hermes Joseph Ashidome. All right. This reading could go on all day if I wanted to. The Judgment energy is in the outcome. All right. So I'm going to do another outcome there. The Judgment energy is there, but family and the Judgment energy it resides with him. But the Judgment energy also implies perpetrator. The Judgment implies the energies of the perpetrators, but perpetrators with an S. I feel like there's more than one. Somebody could be on the run here crazily. I feel like somebody's saying that they have my stuff. They have his things. They have his stuff. But he knew that somebody was going to eventually. He knew someone was going to eventually be after him. There's that. He already knew that somebody was gonna be after him like that. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is in the mentality the way it is. The Wheel of Fortune is in the mentality with the Nine of Cups because of what the brother is trying to tell him. The Ace of Pentacles with the Judgment card right here. The Ace of Pentacles resides with the only other pentacle energy that's here is the Queen of Pentacles, but she was going to offer. So when I said she was going to offer him a gig, a deal, music deal, record deal, what's another deal? Business deal. She was gonna offer. She was gonna offer. Somebody, the Queen of Pentacles, the Judgment resides with the Queen of, he was going to offer her something. That's why this energy is in the changing position. He himself was going to offer her something. Tell her, but protect my assets, protect my business, help me manage my things properly. He's finding out that someone he already had is stealing. He's finding someone that is better, that can help, or that he knows won't do anything crazy with his stuff. But who he already had was devious. Who he already had was devious. Who he already had or was with was devious. Elements tied to exes, or something's going on with Lauren London affiliates. Something's going on with Lauren London's affiliates and things of that nature. I don't know. This element could have been tied to Lauren London as well. That could have been, but I don't feel that heavily. I feel like that could be a situation. I feel that could have been a situation, but I feel like it's separate. I feel like this element is separate from these women here. I feel like they're separate. And he could have been trying to offer her a gig or offer her a deal of some kind to help. The Judgment is coming from people finding it out across the board, and they're going off and they're setting up someone, and someone's being set up to shoot him, or multiple. Or there's more than one shooter here, more than one shooter. But the shooter, the other shooter is tied to an ex somehow, or somebody, an affiliate of his ex, an affiliate of an ex that he has is the shooter. But the reason for it is because somebody wasn't receiving money properly. Someone wasn't receiving money that they were by an ex, that they were promised by an ex. They were promised by somebody here. Wow. His music, his money. Okay. All right. That is Nipsey Hussle, Ermias Joseph Ashido. I just love that beautiful name. With spirit, go with peace. Be well. Take care. Bye.